Thank you for joining us here at the First Alert Desk on Atlanta News First Plus. You're taking a live look at Georgia Department of Transportation's traffic cameras. This is along Barrett Parkway. As you can see, an overturned mobile home has prompted quite the traffic mess for you here in Cobb County. This is I-75 northbound. All lanes currently blocked off, as you can see from your screen, as crews on the scene respond to this overturned mobile home. Again, this is I-75. All northbound lanes in Cobb County are shut down. Thank you for joining us for this breaking news that we want to bring you, getting trickling details in by the minute. We currently know, and you can really see it quite clear as day, that overturned mobile home still on its side, still in the middle of all of those lanes, and traffic just backed up for miles just off the camera here past where our traffic camera can show you. We do have an Atlanta News First crew en route to the scene, so hopefully we can get you a ground shot going soon. But right here you can see all northbound lanes of I-75 going to likely remain closed off until they can at least move some of that mess out of the way, move that overturned mobile home. Hopefully the driver is okay. We are working to learn the details of the driver's condition and anybody else that may have been involved. But again, this is breaking news into our newsroom. I-75 northbound, all lanes are currently shut down on the northbound side in Cobb County. And again, we are continuing to stay on top of this. Georgia Department of Transportation shot for you. This is Georgia 511, giving you as close up of a look as we can to I-75 northbound in Cobb County, where all of those lanes are blocked off. You can see, actually, I'm going to drop my graphic for you right here so you can see a little better. That overturned mobile home that is on its side just fully spread out across all lanes and no traffic getting through until they are able to get some movement on that overturned mobile home. And again, we are working to learn the latest details, including whether there's been any injuries and what led up to this accident or crash, and get you the latest details on that. I'm also working to find out what the estimated clear time is going to be for this. Again, we are reaching out to officials that are responding to the scene. You can see several police vehicles that are on this location trying to assist in the investigation, what I assume is going to be an investigation in complement with cleanup to ensure that they can safely start allowing drivers through. But you have law enforcement on the scene. You can faintly see what is bright colored vests indicating some crew that is called to assist here. And of course, just underneath the graphic that I have for you, just showing you that overturned mobile home. Again, dropping that really quickly. You can see really the extent of the situation, still very well into its initial phases of trying to work to move that overturned mobile home out of the way so they can start allowing traffic through. No impact from what we can see on the southbound side. Those lanes are moving at a pretty normal pace, but the situation on the northbound end, very different. You can see it's completely closed off and will remain that way. I'm going to step away and just try to get you an estimated clear time. I do want to caution with those, we typically are at the mercy of an investigation or an effort to clear a crash. So those times are just estimates, and they do tend to be fluid and move depending on the needs and the safety concerns that the law enforcement that is responding here assesses. Again, we are working to get you the latest information on this clear time, but if you have any folks that pass through this area. It's the lunch period right now, so maybe this is an interstate portion of Cobb County that they get on around this time. Do let them know that the northbound lanes have been closed off. Find some alternate routes at this time. And again, still working on getting you that estimated clear time. Just the latest information, really recapping everything that we know up to the minute as we work to get you more information. This is I-75 northbound. All the lanes of this section of the interstate in Cobb County are closed off after a mobile home fell off of the 18-wheeler it was on. And just below my graphic, you can see that it is just stretched across all lanes. So until they can get some movement on that mobile home, those lanes likely expected to remain closed as traffic cannot make it through. Now, again, we are still working to learn the conditions of the drivers and anybody else possibly involved in this. And there are active efforts. You can see at least 3 police vehicles or law enforcement vehicles, from what I can tell, possibly more, on the ground assisting with this investigation, crews working to clear the area. And again, this is a mobile home blocking the entire interstate of I-75 northbound in Cobb County. Those efforts actively being made to clear the roadway as quickly as possible, especially as it is currently the noon hour, and here in a couple hours will start to turn into the afternoon, evening rush hour. So the big message from Cobb County officials at this time: they are aware of the situation, they are responding to the situation, but they are asking you all to, if you are a motorist or you have somebody that you know is passing through this area, just to find some alternate routes for you. And again, we are, I did just get that estimated way, all lanes remaining closed. All lanes remaining closed. At last update, the estimated clear time was about 12:30, but it's 12:40, so you can imagine that is not going to be the case. We do have an Atlanta News First crew on the ground headed to this location, and as soon as they get to the scene, we'll hopefully get you a ground shot and get you a closer perspective. But right now, it's just a matter of waiting for that mobile home to be moved, and the traffic that you really can't see on this camera, but just beyond, will start moving through, and you'll start to kind of see the relief as those cars are currently parked and waiting for a green light or a signal to go ahead. But you can see more and more response vehicles arriving since we started this stream, really. There's more visible flashing lights, law enforcement vehicles, and debris and cleanup crew arriving. I think another one just pulled in as I was talking about that. So again, you're going to hopefully start to see here shortly some movement, some efforts to relocate that mobile home just off to the side in a manner that is safe and clear for the drivers to start moving through. No clear estimated end time to this. That anticipated end time by 5/11 and Georgia Department of Transportation is continuously updated and is at the mercy of the investigation and the speed at which they can clear the debris off of this area. But again, this is a mobile home that overturned, apparently sliding off of an 18-wheeler, or falling off of an 18-wheeler, I should say, now blocking all lanes of I-75 northbound. And joining back here on Atlanta News First Plus as we continue to monitor this breaking news. Thank you for staying with us as we kind of work to get you information and try to relay that to you as we are continuing to monitor this situation. This is an overturned mobile home that is currently blocking all lanes of traffic on I-75 northbound. I'm going to drop my graphic here. You can see really the extent of the situation. More and more crews arriving to assist with what I believe will likely be an attempt here shortly to move that mobile home at least off of the lanes and into that grassy area, or hopefully be able to tow it away at some capacity. That is going to take some time, as you can imagine. But several law enforcement vehicles, from what we can see, several cleanup crew and Georgia transportation, as well as Cobb County official teams responding to this incident. Again, this began after an 18-wheeler that was driving along this road carrying a mobile home, that mobile home falling off of the 18-wheeler, ending up on the road kind of sideways, blocking all lanes of I-75 northbound. This is along Barrett Parkway in Cobb County. It is not usually a terribly busy area at this time for what you can see, 1245, but just beyond your screen is traffic that is building up. This is the lunch hour. There are people always on the road, and right now they are parked and waiting for the go-ahead to continue on their path. If you know somebody who is maybe on their lunch break or just passes generally through this area, lives in the community, utilizes this part of the interstate, do let them know that they are not going to be able to get around this unless they pursue some alternate routes, that they are not going to be able to get on this section of the interstate and not become one of those parked cars just waiting for the go-ahead to cross that section of laned area. Again, seek those alternate routes. There are a number of options for you to avoid this mess and be on your way. This is I-75 northbound along Barrett Parkway in Cobb County. No impact to the south side of things, the southern lanes, but all northbound lanes are currently blocked off with several law enforcement and debris response teams, as well as local officials, departments, I should say, on scene available to assist. I think off into the distance, just past the haze, towards the back of all of these cars that you're looking at. You can also see a fire truck on the scene, just on standby, assisting with the course of this investigation, as well as what will be hopefully soon a cleanup effort, and you'll start to see some movement with that mobile home. Again, we're still also working to learn if anyone has been injured. We haven't heard any word about that. We do know that this was an 18-wheeler that was driving down this roadway, this part of the interstate, and that mobile home fell off of the 18-wheeler. So we're working to learn whether the driver of that 18-wheeler is okay and whether there have been any other vehicles involved. And I managed to get you another perspective here, a clearer look, another, again, Georgia Department of Transportation camera, but showing you the perspective from the southbound cameras versus the north. So this is still Barrett Parkway, I-75, northbound lanes seeing the impact, but you can see a little clearer the types of vehicles that are on standby, ready to assist, several law enforcement vehicles, several vehicles that are usually used to clear large vehicles off of roadways when you have a crash or an accident or incident of this nature. So I expect we will see a little movement with those here shortly. But with these types of situations, typically you have an investigation as well as an active cleanup effort, and those kind of have to carefully happen together. So you have law enforcement on scene investigating the incident, as well as those debris crews ready to try to clear those lanes and get traffic moving along, hopefully before the afternoon, evening commute hour. the latest information on what we are following as we continue to monitor I-75 northbound along Barrett Parkway in Cobb County. I've pulled up a double box for you so you can kind of see both traffic cameras. On your left, the northbound traffic camera showing you the front portion where that mobile home is overturned, and some of the crew that is just past it working to clear this area, working to conduct this investigation. And then a little clearer on your right-hand side, I'm actually going to move my video back into its frame. On the right-hand side, you see the southbound traffic camera perspective, again, provided by Georgia Department of Transportation, showing you that same scene, but from a little clearer perspective and really the back end of that mobile home. So as you can imagine, I wish I could piece it together for you, but looking at the same picture from different angles, just to try to give you as much of an idea of what is going on here, especially for those of you that are being impacted by this. If you're a driver that utilizes this area, you can make a plan to find some alternate routes to get some updated information. So we're going to stay right here and keep you updated on the latest. And again, I'm hoping here in the next a short time, we are going to start to see some movement, but we are, again, with those law enforcement vehicles on the ground, you can imagine they are likely conducting an investigation right now, working to learn from Cobb County officials, from responding Cobb County police and other departments, what the estimated clear time is. At last check, we did see it was 12:35. It is currently 12:52, so it is past its anticipated end clear time and will likely get updated here shortly on the Georgia Department of Transportation 511 website. So we are going to continue to monitor that. We're continuing to talk with officials responding to this scene and getting trickles of information and updates from them that we're immediately relaying to you right here on Atlanta News First Plus. And we do also have a crew on the ground that is headed to this scene. I should say they will soon be on the ground, but they are headed to this scene. Will hopefully provide you a closer perspective, and we can kind of start to see the extent of the scene. But these traffic cameras really painting the full picture for you. You have an overturned mobile home that is covering literally all lanes of I-75 northbound, and just beyond what you can see on these traffic cameras is traffic at a standstill. And thankfully it is not 4 or 5 p.m. where we can imagine heavy traffic in this area, but it is still the lunch hour, and so you still have at all hours of the day folks on the road now waiting to get clearance on when they'll be able to be on their way, but likely stopped and waiting to find out when this mobile home will be cleared and the roadway will be deemed safe to pass once again. All right, just got word of that estimated clear time for you. Again, we've been working to get an update, and as I mentioned at the start of this stream, just a fluid situation, really at the mercy of when they are going to be able to clear that overturned mobile home that is currently blocking all lanes of I-75 northbound. That estimated clear time now expected to be 2 p.m., so currently 12:56. I anticipate we're going to start seeing movement on getting that overturned mobile home moved off of these lanes, likely into that grassy area, and then eventually towed away. And again, this all stemming from an 18-wheeler that was carrying that mobile home, at which point the home fell off of the 18-wheeler in the manner that you are looking at right here. The two cameras that you're looking at, Georgia Department of Transportation traffic cameras on your left-hand side showing you the northbound perspective, and then on your right, the southbound perspective along Barrett Parkway. All of those lanes remain closed, and I do see, I'm going to try to pull it up here so I can show you, but just beyond what looks like the start of some of that traffic that we talked about, you can't see it in these cameras. I do have a photo, though, that we see traffic just at a standstill, waiting to be let through, waiting for these lanes to clear. So that estimated clear time, 2 p.m., those drivers still going to be sitting and hanging on tight just for a little while longer until they can get this mobile home cleared and out of the way and have traffic moving through once again. And again, just the latest information as we're continuing to follow and get updates from the authorities and law enforcement responding to this scene here as an overturned mobile home currently blocking all lanes of traffic on I-75 at northbound. This is in Barrett Parkway along Cobb County. We did get an estimated clear time of 2 p.m. That is when they are expecting that they are going to be able to start letting traffic through again, just beyond these cameras, where you can imagine the cars that were on this roadway parked waiting for any sort of update to come. Hopefully they're watching right here on Atlanta News First Plus. But you can see several law enforcement vehicles and debris crew and cleanup crew that are going to assist in getting this mobile home moved off of these lanes, as it currently is on its side, blocking every single lane of I-75 northbound. We are going to stay on top of all of this for you in the free Atlanta News First app. You can also go to Atlanta News First on your smart devices, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV. Go to our secondary channel. We're going to keep this shot up for you there so you can continue to monitor what's going on and start to see some of that cleanup get underway and hopefully traffic moving through once again. Thank you for joining us here on Atlanta News First Plus. We are going to keep it right here and continue to bring you the latest coverage around the Metro Atlanta community.